Alright, so as expected, today we heard about the Mavic Air. But just to start off, because I've been getting messages about this, there was no tsunami here, at least here in BC where I am. I was getting messages from people saying, am I okay, am I okay? Apparently it was a false alarm. Obviously can't fly the drone because of the weather today, but with that tsunami, it makes me wonder, since it's a quote natural disaster, would I not be allowed to fly anywhere, even in the safe places, just because it's technically within the range of a disaster? Okay, we're gonna start with the Mavic Air. I guess like most people, I started by watching the live conference and they showed all the videos to obviously show the best side of it. Some of the interesting things I noticed for this, it had things like for the control handles, you can actually unscrew it. That's actually makes it more portable. Actually, one of the positives for that, I was thinking for the Mavic Pro, I've been using it for over a year and I can kind of feel like it's wearing out, so it'd be kind of good to be able to actually replace it. While it does shoot in 4K, one of the big things is it shoots in 100 Mbps, so that's actually really good in terms of the picture quality. Even with this camera, when you shoot it at that mode, it looks really good in terms of the 4K, so that's actually a big improvement. Obstacle avoidance seemed to be a big thing as well, so because now they're kind of saying how there's 7 obstacle avoiding type of cameras and sensors. Normally they kind of show how in the Mavic Pro you'd fly and basically just stop, whereas this one, the drone tries to be smart. For example, if it sees an object, it'll try to go around it or above it. That could be a good or a bad thing depending on what the situation is. I can see if it's like a shot that you actually want to go as close as you can and it starts being smart and go left and right, then that can be an issue, but I guess for most people it would actually be a good thing just to prevent them from crashing. And the interesting thing is, for memory, they actually put an actual hard drive on the drone. So according to what I read and saw, it says it has an 8GB hard drive. So it's for all those people when you forget your SD card, like, oh my goodness, I've done that about twice or so. So I guess that's good in that sense. Value-wise, it actually seems pretty good because it looks like for the bundle, it comes with the propellers, it comes with the controller, and all that basically is $7.99. And the surprising thing was apparently it's going to be in certain stores in January 28th, so that's pretty fast. So they've been planning this for a while, and the Fly More bundle is about $9.99. Overall, it seems pretty decent. Now, how about the things that I'm a little bit skeptical of? Like I said, for a person like me, I'm coming from a perspective of I have a Mavic Pro. Should I be buying a new drone? Because I said before, it comes down to things like, hey, can you actually fly it in places? Because here in Canada anyways, if it's over 250 grams, then you have to abide by all these restrictions, where if it's under, then you don't. So that would be like an instant kind of, oh, I need this now. But according to the weight with all of this, it weighs about 430 grams. So unfortunately, you can't bypass the regulations in that sense in terms of where you can fly. As well, in terms of the camera, I'm surprised after seeing all these reviews, people flying them with their initial impressions, no one actually mentioned about this. Because for the Mavic Pro, I would say one of the weakest points of that drone camera is the ability to shoot in the dark, for example. So when you're looking at the aperture size, for example, the focal length and the aperture size, on the Mavic Pro it's 28mm f2.2, the Spark is 25mm f2.6, and the Mavic Air is 24 f2.8. So that's actually pretty small in comparison anyways to the Mavic Pro, f2.8 versus 2.2. So technically, if this is accurate here, then the Mavic Air won't be very good in low light. Like if you don't consider the Mavic Pro very good in low light, then this shouldn't perform any better technically if you think about it. Although they did talk about how there's things like HDR mode in the Mavic Air now, so maybe that'll help compensate to try to make the picture look better, but that's a little bit of a concerning part for me. Get about drones. I never noticed there's a sign here, even though I know you can't fly here. But that's an example though, like with drones and stuff like that. Like it's one thing to get something that's say portable or good camera and all that, but if you can't fly it, then what's the point of having it, right? So that's why I said for things like the weight, that would have been an important thing for people to have. I know that's not something that people think about, but you do have to kind of follow up on rules and regulations and stuff like that. As to why this is a no drone zone here, well, there's tons of helicopters and everything like that here. You can even hear it, I believe. Yeah, imagine flying your drone here and that helicopter's like, whoops, what's going on? It's like areas like this, I can see it's kind of dumb if you fly your drone here without some kind of permission and everything like that. So thinking about it, I'm trying to think exactly who is this for. I'm just talking from my own perspective again as a person who has like a Mavic Pro. I'm personally not that inclined to spend money on this new drone here, just because even though technically it sounds like it's better in many ways in terms of portability and all that, I don't know, just for the price, $799, it feels like I should just hold off until there's something better, like a new Mavic Pro. If anything, I think this should be called the Spark Pro, but I'm assuming they used the name Mavic because I believe they said in their presentation it was one of their best-selling drones, so they're probably trying to leverage off the brand. Makes me wonder if it completely kills the Spark actually, in terms of why would you want a Spark honestly over that when you can buy something a lot better. If you're someone that doesn't already have a small drone, then I could see that as a really good supplement actually. For people that own the bigger ones, they want something that's portable, it's actually a good entry level. Or not entry level, actually like a companion, if that's what you want to call it. Because I was thinking about it, if I didn't own a drone right now, which one would I actually get? The Mavic Pro, the Spark, or this? Honestly, just in terms of what I've read so far, I probably would go for this Mavic Air. But again, since I already have the Mavic Pro, I don't see that much of an incentive to upgrade. The weight, basically, it's still in the same category threshold, so it doesn't matter. Like, I can still only fly in the same places. It doesn't have like weatherproof or anything that allows me to shoot what I can't right now. Looks like it actually stopped raining a bit too, but I can't exactly fly in this area here. Alright, something for the rainy day. Alright, off to my destination. See you guys later.